Hello, I'm Shelby. I'm a potter based in Australia. Come join me for a studio vlog. It's part 2 of getting ready for the biggest market of my artist career. I need to make 500 pieces for this market plus 100 pieces for another event I'm attending. Last week we finished the 60 pieces that we allocated to finish for that week. This week the plan is to keep pouring some of the molds that we still need a few more of. We're sort of getting them ready so that when we're up to the week where we paint them, there's plenty of them to do. We're also putting on the kiln a number of times with glaze firings. We're doing some little sets of pigs. We're doing a golden wattle collection. So golden wattle is a pom-pom style flower that we have in Australia. So we're going to do designs on a bunch of stuff on the table there. And we're also going to do the cow milk jugs in some various colours, some mushies, and some mush mugs in rainbow colours. So that's the plan to finish for this week.
Before we get into this week, I also wanted to show you the finished results of these froggies from last week that I was so excited to have finished, but they didn't quite make it into the kiln in time. So this is using ritual glazes. They're a really cool special effect glaze, and the results are just so amazing. And I just had to squeeze it in at the start of this vlog to show you the finished results of those, and these will add to the total tally of this week's finished pieces as well. What a freaking success! I'm so happy with these. I love. They are so fun. They look like they're gonna flake off, but the glaze is on there. Like I checked on the other ones. They just look awesome. I'm so happy with those. That glaze is phenomenal. I am obsessed with it. Ritual glazes. Aren't these glazes just fantastic? They look like the boiliest, scaliest skin I've ever seen, and they look fantastic. I can't actually decide which glaze I like the most because they all have their own aspects that look really fun. Like some of them look like craters or like lava-like texture where like almost like the ground when you're going through a drought and it's got all those like cracks through it. And then some of them look like little beads of water that have curled up onto the back of the skin. I also love the insides of the frogs' mouths. They turned out so amazing as well. But yeah, I'm just impressed with these and I hope you like them. They're a little bit different to the original frogs that I've done, but I think this glaze just really takes them to another level. Now that that's out of the way, I get cracking on some of the pigs. So I'm doing a bunch of these pigs similar to like the ducks last week. We're just doing a bunch of random glazes, mostly just to see what they'd look like. There's not really a rhyme or rhythm to this. It's just playing around, which is a bit of fun. I rarely get to do this and just have a bit of fun with glaze combinations. So that's what I'm doing with these pigs. They're all going to be slightly different. I don't know how they're going to turn out. I have no expectations for how they're going to turn out. I just hope that they don't break. That is literally my only hope for these pieces. I sponge off the bottom of those, and these pigs are great because they're so little they can fit in between lots of different pieces in the kiln. You can fit lots of them in all at once, which is really great. Once the pigs were done, I got working on the mush mugs. And these mush mugs I'm doing a little bit different to what I've usually done with them. I usually do like a red toadstool looking mush mug, but these ones are actually going to be a gorgeous pastel set, and I'm also doing a blue set. I really wanted to do a blue set, so the blue set's got blues and greens on it, and then I'm also doing a brown, orange and mustard set to play into that 70s nostalgia as well. I actually really love making the mush mugs because they're quite therapeutic in a way because the motion is so repetitive. It's a lot of adding really solid color on and playing with color combinations and then going through and dotting all of the mush mugs and adding all the little details underneath to add the gills on. I find them quite relaxing and I can pump out a lot of these pretty quickly. So I've been trying to mix each week up with stuff that I can do very quickly and methodically, as well as stuff that's really detailed and intricate, because I know that there's going to be weeks at the end where I'm starting to get a bit worried and stressed and trying to get work done. So having as many pieces done early on will make the pressure feel a little bit less at the end. And I also just wanted to address the pressure because a few people were like, make sure you're resting, make sure you don't take it like too seriously. And I'm not. I just like to work towards goals. I'm a very goal orientated person, and I feel like if I left it sort of open-ended, I probably wouldn't work as efficiently as I am now. And this is just helping give me a drive and a sense of what I want to achieve. And I think that that's a really great thing to should do. For me, a goal is really great because I can make so many pieces and I can do so many artworks, or I could do as many little artworks as I like. Having an end goal makes me feel successful and makes me feel proud, and it makes me feel like I've accomplished something. So it sometimes is really hard when you run a small business because you can never really feel that sense of accomplishment because you're constantly working at it. But by having the tally of 600 pieces is something that I can be like, yeah, let's get it. Or if I make 400, that's so great. So I don't want you to worry. I'm going to make sure I'm still looking after myself. I just thought I would go that one extra step and make it a little bit bigger than I thought I could to see if I can do it. So once all those pieces were done, I bisque fired them and then I'm glaze firing them. And I want to talk about my kiln now because a few people last week were like, aren't you getting a bigger kiln? Why don't you have a bigger kiln? Don't you think I want a bigger kiln? I don't want to just be working in this tiny baby. I love my tiny baby, but it's getting exhausting. I really, really want a bigger kiln. I could make so many more works. The issue with a bigger kiln is A, they are expensive. I am not rich. I am not a millionaire. I wish I was, but I'm not. So they're very expensive. The second thing is there's a big wait list for them and it's a lot of hassle getting them here. So it's a little bit tricky to get a bigger kiln. And the third thing that I didn't mention is I already have a bigger kiln. I'm just waiting for parts. I did have a parts guy back here and he forgot the actual part, but we're not going to talk about that. But they're supposedly coming back next week. So I should have the bigger kiln set up by then and starting to trial some bisque firings in it. So don't stress about the kiln. Now that I've got that rant out of the way, I also worked on some golden wattle pieces. So I hope you enjoyed that little painting montage of those. But look at them all together. They literally glow. I am so obsessed with these. I do not want to break this setup. I want to make table settings just with wattle. And here are the finished mush mugs as well. I just want to show them because they just look so cool and like, I just wanted to appreciate them. I'm really proud of this week's lot. They're really colourful, really lovely and really soft. Because my kiln has been a bit of a predicament this week and I'm now starting to really feel it because I'm getting really behind on the weeks before firing, I popped everything up onto the shelf and let it sit there until it's ready to actually go into the kiln and when there's time for it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Whilst I am getting all the things ready, I'm also getting my dried flower wall in this sort of section set up, and that's because I want to take bunches of dried flowers to set up behind me for the market. But I just had this delivery, I've already opened it, I've had this delivery rock up and I wanted to share it with you because I have bought so many things from this brand and they gifted me something very, very special. And for those of you who love to see my poochies, they kind of photobomb a lot of the shots because they're walking around, and that's partly because their dog bed is a little bit too small for them to both share, and that's on me. I just haven't been able to find one big enough. This is from Nice Digs, who saw that. They have lots of different dog beds and dog accessories and pet accessories for that matter. They kindly gifted me this dog bed and I'm so excited to see their reaction. They don't even know what's coming, they're just sleeping right now. And yeah, so I'm gonna unbox that and set this little space up.
You're a bit squishy, but you make it work, don't you?
That is so beautiful! It looks like one of my jackets. It's made out of an old woolen blanket and they've turned it into a dog bed, which is so, so cool. Come here. I think these are for you. Oh my gosh, it matches the bed, darling. Here. Oh, look at you. Yeah. You look so gorgeous. Yeah, you do. You look so good in that. You do. Come here, Holly.
I don't want that. I'm not interested.
Ah, there we go. There we go. Look at you two matching colours with your new bed. Alright. Oh, what do you think? Do you like that? So
that logo so nice. I'm gonna move everything out, give it a clean up, do those bunches, and then we should be good. So I'm thinking bunches about this size, just so that I can space lots of them and they're not so clunky, but also so we can have lots of little bouquets on the stall behind us for, for the market. And they're ready to go, but also I can bring them back and just pop them straight back up on the wall. So I'm gonna do that.
I also just wanted to share that I am very lucky because Nightsticks actually haven't released these dog beds yet. So they are actually releasing this collection on Sunday the 21st of May, and I wanted to let you know because there are so many beautiful colors to choose from. There are also different sizes, but I wanted to let you know before they sell out because they will, because they're so gorgeous. I absolutely love mine, and so does she.
You gotta have fun, like you make it. Have fun. Oh. Okay.
Thank you for watching this week's Procrasticraft activity. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I keep having these little funny projects that I want to work on right when I should be doing all the pottery. But to be fair, having all the dried flowers bunched up is going to help with the market stall setup. And I also really wanted to share these dog beds with you in case you've got a furry friend that absolutely deserves one of these. They are gorgeous. Anyway, back to the pottery making. I did a fair few kiln loads but didn't film them all. Here is one I did film. Here you can see a few pieces coming out, and I did have a cracked mush mug. As you can see, the colors are all looking really vibrant, but let's have a wrap up of what we finished this week so far, given our kiln is an issue.
It wasn't a 63 piece finish, but there's two reasons for that. First off, the golden wattle, which you'll see, didn't quite finish that off. It's finished, but it just needs to be glazed and fired. But as for the time commitment part of it, it is done. I'm really happy with that, and nothing's really cracking or breaking yet, but I don't want to count anything until it's actually officially finished. And the mush marks were another thing that didn't quite make it through the kiln in time, but I'm hoping, I'm looking over there, there's only 4 left. So I'm hoping that we'll only have one more firing to finish off the mush marks. But aside from that, everything is pretty much done. I'm pretty happy with how this week tracked. We still got the 63 pieces finished, which is really awesome. The only thing that's a downfall of this week is we had 2 pieces crack, which were mush marks, or one of each color, which is okay because it could have been worse if there was 2 of the same color, because then we would have had to make more of them, but I'm pretty happy that it's one of each color.
So this week we didn't quite finish the golden wattle set. There's 27 that have been underglazed, but only 12 made it through the kiln. But the 12 that have made it are amazing and so stunning. They literally glow, and I'm so excited to see the rest of these finished. I think that these alone are probably going to take me another week if I only have my little kiln. All the pigs were finished. All the pigs were finished. There is 12 sets of these in various glazes. I love all the glaze combos. Here are some of my favorites. I didn't do the patterns underneath these ones this time with the wax resist. I just left them plain glaze. I think they look so good anyway. We finished 8 cow milk jugs in various colors. I've got more of these to paint in more bolder flower colors and rainbow colors as well, so I'm looking forward to doing those, but these turned out great. I obviously have done more mushrooms because they are very easy to replicate and do lots of. And then that leads us to our mush mugs. There were 15 mush mugs underglazed, but we only got 11 through the kiln this week. And then here are the 8 frogs from last week that went through the kiln this week, leaving our final tally from 161 to now being 220. So we're still tracking. We're just taking a little bit to get through the kiln. here is a little sneak peek to next week's 63 challenge. I don't know, 63 is such a weird number, but 60 challenge. I'm doing Aussie animals, cow milk jugs, and butter dishes. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.